Hey, I'm back. I should not have neglected this channel for almost a year. I haven't had much motivation to make content since this channel is supposed to be around the hybrid wheel system of Metal Fight, but it's dead, so not much content I can really do. And I haven't really been liking Beyblade period ever since Metal Fight, especially Burst.
Whoa! You guys have got to see this.
Whoa! This is a lot of garbage!
I think this is like the time when it should lose, right? So I think it might lose no matter what. If it wins normally by okay. L gear, whatever, forces it in high, but it's not really like you use dangers for that much stuff. The F gear, how they put the placements really off. It's not like the same how they did the dynamite. No. My choice.
Anyway, the funniest part of the video is over, and in conclusion, I don't like plastic wheels, thick designs, or Beyblade gimmicks, so Burst isn't for me. But I do like Metal Burst, and what is Metal Burst, you're probably asking? Beyblade X. It's the next Burst gen, and they just renamed it to be Beyblade X, but I like it. I didn't like it at first because I just thought of it as Plastic Burst, but I'm actually interested in it, and I'm going to be making unboxings and battle content on it, so stay tuned for that if you care about that. Now, let's get to the real video. Hello, this is going to be my Ultimate Hybrid Wheel System Midfake Guide. So if you're into Metal, Fury, or Zero G, this video is not going to be for you. And I hate midfakes. I wish they didn't exist. I wish that even if companies were making counterfeits or just making bays that aren't authorized, at least make them better than TT or make them equal to TT, instead of just making these lazy cash grabs that are just for people that don't know the difference of a real and a non-real bay. And yeah, some people collect midfakes just to battle with. My whole collection's authentic, which is of course going to cost me more. And yeah, it's your choice whether you want midfakes or not, but even today people are trying to find authentic bays and avoid midfakes, so I think this video needs to be made. Now, first thing, disclaimer. All my midfakes are from 1 to 2 years ago and are all bought from AliExpress, except one Race Striker I got from eBay. So I don't know if the midfake game has changed for these companies. Maybe they're listening into the community and trying to copy things that we know make something authentic. So keep that in mind. Now let's go through the points of guaranteed authenticity and unauthenticity. Number 1, the Faceball code. All Talkward Tommy, whether it be TT, Sonokong, New Boy, they're going to have a Faceball code. To my knowledge, all of them will have that. And I know some Hasbros also have Faceball codes, but the Beyblade Legends series don't have Faceball codes. And now the second point, correct box code. Now, midfakes and all TT will have a box code, and communities have already compiled most of the correct box codes and incorrect box codes, so you're going to need to want to find those if you care about getting authentics. I know that not every correct box code is known, because the Arabic TT New Boys, last time I checked, people didn't know about them and thought they were just midfakes, but they're actually authentic. And I'll show that later. And now let's go to the points of unauthenticity. So number 1, no Faceball code. Maybe companies are now implementing Faceball codes, the midfake companies, but I don't know. And then you have wrong box code, and yeah, whatever, you know. Faded box colors. Midfake boxes will, I think, always have faded box colors compared to real ones. They'll just look whitewashed. You may not be able to tell, like, when you're looking at an online store and purchasing these things, but in person, if you compare them, you'll see they're faded. underside metal wheel bumps or craters. Midfakes are going to have these ugly bumps and craters that are under the fusion wheel. So yeah, if you see that, you know it's a midfake. Some TT have craters, but they're way less pronounced than midfakes. And now, wrong bay colors. So midfakes are going to have off colors for bays. Like, for example, Medio El Drago midfake has its gold color is less light. No, its gold color is lighter than real ones. And with Galaxy Pegasus, its fusion wheel blue color is lighter than real ones. The midfake blue colors are lighter than real ones. And now bootleg ripcords. The ripcords of midfakes are going to look just worse than authentic ones, and I'll show you that later too. Inferior bay parts. Midfakes are almost always going to have inferior bay parts than real ones, but with performance tips like defense with Vulcan Harusius or semi-defense with Poison Serpent, let me think. You're not really gonna... I don't know how you would compare which ones are better, because they're such simple designs, and they just look the same basically anyway. I couldn't tell any differences. But with tips like rubber flat, right rubber flat, R2F, and left flat, you're going to see a major difference between midfakes and real ones. And bad quality control. You're going to see deformities, defects, just bad build qualities with these midfakes. Sometimes, most of the time. Really all the time. Which would be like the bumps, and some other stuff. Bumps, some deformities, yeah, whatever. And if you want more information on those box codes, go to the Reddit Beyblade Metal server. In this pinned post, they'll show you what the box codes mean and the list of real box codes and fake ones, which I don't think the list is complete, but yeah, they'll give you general guidelines and a concrete list on what's real and what's not. Great community, very positive. And yeah, when you click on that post link, this is what you're going to see. There's more under here. But yeah, the box codes, they basically say when the bays were produced in their factory. That's my understanding. The box codes are a date. And a question that people might have: what authentic stores are there? I only know one authentic AliExpress store called Beyblade Store. It's exactly spelled as it is here. The link will be in the description. They sell 100% authentic bays, only authentic bays. And as a caution, nowadays real Hybrid Wheel System bays are going to be very expensive, so if you genuinely feel like you'd rather buy midfakes than buy real ones because of the cost difference, that's understandable. But me personally, if I had to buy midfakes, I'd rather just play Beyblade X. I hate Beyblade Burst, but Beyblade X is a burst generation. You know, it doesn't matter that it's called Beyblade X, it still has the burst mechanic. I'm going to call it Beyblade Burst. But it's still a Beyblade Burst generation. I'm still going to call it Beyblade X, but it's still just another Beyblade Burst generation. But I've really been warming up to it. I think it's a great game. And yeah, I'd rather just be a Beyblade X player than buy midfakes. How you should buy Hybrid Wheel System bays. If you're going to buy Hasbro, on the selling pages, just see that the packaging and parts are real on the project pictures. If you see Hasbro packaging, there's an extremely high chance it's real. And people love to say, well, no, not love, but I guess a few people would say that Hasbro fakes don't exist, but it's just not true. They're just extremely rare. They're like unicorns, and yes, unicorns are definitely real, guys. But they're just really rare, and there's probably more of them back in the day when these things were still being made, but they're basically just non-existent nowadays. So yeah, if you're getting Hasbro, you have probably like a 99.9% chance it's real. But of course, it's going to be more expensive. And for Takuratami, Sonokong, and New Boy, look at the product pictures in the store page. See if the parts are shown outside the box and are authentic models. Ask the seller to see the parts outside the box. And ask the seller to see the box code and compare them to the known codes. And do returns and refunds if you ever fall victim to midfakes. AliExpress has a court-like refund policy that requires evidence if you want a refund without returning products. So you'll just have to send pictures, which is how I got my refunds. I just sent pictures comparing the midfake parts to the real parts. And the pictures I used to get my refunds are in the description of this video. And here, sorry, I'm congested, but these codes here, I thought were a point of authenticity, but it turns out it's not. So right here, this wheel, this is a Arabic real TT Poison Serpent wheel, while this over here is a Japanese TT Midfake Vulcan Harusius wheel. And the build quality for it was very good, so I was surprised it was a midfake, but I checked the Facebook code and there was none. So yeah, it is a midfake, even though it has really good build quality. And here, this is an example of the Facebook code. It's kind of small, but I think it says A1 or AL. This is a Facebook of a authentic Japanese Dark Bull that someone on eBay sent me. Well, that I bought from someone on eBay. This had to be one of my first, if not the first, authentic TT Bay I've ever had. And yeah, this is what a Facebook code will look like. And oh yeah, this is an example of those bumps I was talking about. They're just very ugly, very deformed. And over here, this is an Arabic TT Lightning El Drago. Yeah, there's not really any bumps. There's like a crater here, but they're way less pronounced than midfakes. And this was I think this was my first time buying from AliExpress. I thought this was just a pre-owned Hasbro OG Storm Pegasus. You see, you got the Hasbro launcher, the Hasbro ripcord, the Hasbro tool, the, what do they call this? The pamphlet, the OG Storm Pegasus pamphlet. And you see, you got the nice blue color that the OG Hasbro Pegasus is known for. And yeah, you see the performance tip there? I think I have a better image of it. Yeah, here, you see right here on the tip, this is what I call the authentic rubber flat dent. And so, whether it's TT or Hasbro, it's going to have this tip, this dent, while midfakes are going to lack this dent. And you see here with the sticker sheet, this is the OG Hasbro Storm Pegasus sticker sheet. I actually still have one of them because this was like the first Bay I've ever had. I think I got it back in of course, 2010 or something. But yeah, I still have the energy ring and stickers for this. And this is what I got after I bought this. This was a complete scam. As you can see, the ripcord is not from Hasbro, because if you see back here, the ripcord will have these ears on it, while this one doesn't. And it's actually longer than the Hasbro one, because Takuratami ripcords are actually, back in the Hybrid Wheel System days, the ripcords were longer than Hasbro. It's a very big power difference. You should really get a Takuratami ripcord if you're playing Metal Fight. This tool, the color looks bad. With the OG Hasbro, the tool had a way better blue color, while this one looks whitewashed. And over here, you can kind of see there's bumps on the metal wheel. This is probably going to be a common, if not always true thing for midfakes, that they're going to have these nasty bumps on the underside. And if you notice, there's no performance tip anywhere here, but over here, you can see that the performance tip was supposed to be with the sticker sheet, so maybe it's just under here, you know? And now here's a closer look at the metal wheel. Got these deformed bumps, Midfake. Then here I took some of the stuff out. Still no tip. I flipped over the packet here that had the stickers in it, and there's no performance tip, as there was supposed to be one in the pictures. So this seller just gave me what I think was, they gave me a Midfake TT ripcord, a Midfake, I don't even know if this is a Midfake tool. This may just be a fake tool, just like complete garbage. I don't know where it's from. And they gave me a Hasbro launcher, which could be a fake Hasbro launcher. Very weird. And this is a closer look at the tool. Its color is just whitewashed. It's trash. And this is an example of the Midfake ripcords compared to the authentic ones. Here are authentic New Boy TT ripcords. They have this big number here and this gap, while with the Midfake it's off to the side and it's smaller. And just like the design alone, like the Midfake looks lighter, looks dustier, while these ones just look darker and better, more smoother, I guess. And this is an example of a, I guess, a Midfake TT scam. In the description, the title, it said 100% Takuratami Japan Beyblade, but it's just not. It's just fake. It's just a fake title. And especially with a price this good, like, there's so much red flags here. It's saying in the description it's real, the price is good, because Earth Eagle's TT would be like, I don't know, at least $80 to $60 or more. Yeah, these things are expensive nowadays, but next. So this is what I got. These parts here, they're like deformed. They're like slanted upwards, which is really bad because the energy ring, if you see like right here, this is an OG Hasbro Earth wheel, and so the energy ring goes inside of the metal wheel. But since these things are slanted upward, the energy ring can't fit in. So the Midfake is not only a Midfake, but it's just unusable, just an unusable bay. So this is an example of bad quality control with these Midfakes. And then here, once again, you're gonna have these bumps, craters, and oh yeah, with this seller, they seem really nice, and they seem like they really didn't know what this was about or what Midfakes were. But I asked them. This was my second batch of Midfakes, which I did get a full refund on both of my batches. So whatever. It was just a hassle to take all the pictures to send to the support team so I can get my refund. But I asked them multiple times, are these real, and can I see the parts outside the box? And they refused to do any of those two things. Well, they told me it was real, but they didn't show me the parts in the box. And so that's a red flag. But yeah, I asked them many times. They just kept saying to me that what's on the box is what I get. And I just said, okay, I'll trust you. And then I get them, and I get this garbage. And I even explained to them that what Midfakes are. I explained that there's companies making these garbage clones, and people are just selling them without knowing that they're counterfeits. And as you can see here, they even copy the brand stickers or the brand print. They literally just copy the boxes, period. While with some fake bays like Rapidity or whatever, they're not going to say Takuratami on them. They're just going to have their own fake brand name. But with these, they're just actively doing things that I would think are illegal. I don't know why Takuratami aren't laying a hammer down on these companies in China, but I guess they just can't. Or they just don't care to, because they just don't care about Beyblade fans. But yeah, the seller seemed nice. I don't think they were nefarious. I told them that I've been scammed before, but whatever, they thought they had the real deal apparently, but they wouldn't even just take the parts out of the box for me to see them. And after I got these, I reviewed my entire batch on the store, said they were fake. I inserted my pictures comparing the parts, and they actually had the nerve to ask me to give a return instead of just giving a straight refund without a return, even though I told them many times the issues with these bays. And I said, no, I'm just going to get a refund. I'm not going for the trouble. I tried to warn you. And so I checked back to the store to see if it was still up, and they actually are gone now. I don't know if that's because of me. I don't know if AliExpress decided to just delete the store because they're scamming people. But this store was actually new. There was no reviews, which is another red flag. But I just thought maybe I hit a gold mine. Maybe this person found actual authentic Japanese TT and no one knew about them. But yeah, I was wrong. Oh yeah, this is my Storm Pegasus Midfake. As you can see here, there's no dent in the rubber flat. Go closer to it, no dent at all, just a Midfake. Here I'm comparing the real authentic tips to this TT. This one down here is a Hasbro, this one is a Takara Tomy, this one is the Midfake. You can see the difference, there's no dent. This is the Midfake Galaxy Pegasus. Let's see here. Right here, the fusion wheel. It has a lighter blue than the real ones. Right here, this is a real Galaxy Pegasus metal wheel. As you can see, the paint on this one is darker than the Midfakes. And once again, you're having these bumps and ugly craters on the Midfake. Oh yeah, and the performance tip textures. On the Midfake, the texture is way different than these real ones. And oh yeah, this. So some of the performance tips on the Midfakes, like for example, the Galaxy Pegasus and Meteor El Drago, and probably even the Storm Pegasus tip, the tips are going to be shaky, just very shaky, jiggly. You can hear it. Very lame. When you battle with these bays, you're going to hear the jiggling as they spin around the stadium. And this is a Midfake Galaxy Pegasus recolor. So, let me think. Yeah, on AliExpress, there's like mass-produced color variations of Galaxy Pegasus. They're Midfakes. Just avoid them. The seller was advertising them as real TTs, but they're not. And, oh yeah, for this one, the tip was like slanted. Just more quality control issues. And another thing, with the Galaxy Pegasus tips, for the Midfakes, the tip will be taller than the authentic ones, as you can see here. So the base will also be taller for the Midfakes. And these are the box color examples. This down here is the Arabic TT Lightning El Drago, and up here is just a Japanese Midfake. And by the way, I keep saying Japanese or Arabic Midfake, but all these bays are made in China anyway. It's just different box printed words for the country they're being sold in. But anyway, most TT bays are made in China. I think some are made in Vietnam, but I'm pretty sure most are in China. But here on the face belt print on the box, you can probably see that it's just better than the Midfakes. And on this blue color here, it looks better than the blue color up here. So the boxes of the Midfakes are whitewashed. And for the metal wheels, this is the Midfake, this is the real one. You got these big craters compared to the smaller craters on the real ones. And you got the bumps here. And more quality control issues. The tip of the Midfake, the whole flat tip for El Drago, the hole is off center and it's just really ugly. And over here, there's some damage because I just use this tip a lot. And this is a Midfake medial El Drago. This is a side view. You can already see some differences if you look hard enough. On the right is the real one, on the left is the fake one. Now, oh yeah, another thing. You can see that the Midfake is taller because, once again, just like with the Galaxy Pegasus tip, the left flat tip, which is the tip of medial El Drago, is taller than the authentic one. And once again, you're having these bumps, these deformed craters. And then another thing is the bay color offsets, or the off bay colors. On the authentic ones, the gold coloring is darker than the Midfakes. And once again, just like with the Galaxy Pegasus, the performance tip textures are different. And once again, the height of the performance tips are different. And another box color example, this Burn Phoenix, this is a Burn Phoenix box. The Fusion Wheel, the face bolt print looks better than on the Midfake box. Let's see. Oh yeah, and for the metal wheel, Hasbro Burn wheels don't have this text on them, but Takara Tommy's do. But here's the Midfake. This is supposed to say Burn Wheel because it's literally the Burn Fusion Wheel. I think this is the only Fusion Wheel that had words engraved on it. Pretty cool. Too bad it's only for Takara Tommy. But the B on the Midfake looks like a D, so it says Darn Wheel. And the B on the real one just looks better. And once again, you're having these bumps. And for the energy rings, the real energy rings are going to be more clear, more pretty, more clear, while the Midfakes are going to be cloudy. And this is I'm pretty sure this is a real TT New Boy Rock Scorpio, but there were some problems I had that made me think it was fake. So for example, some Midfakes are going to have spin tracks that either have a hard time fitting into the metal wheel. But for this New Boy that I'm pretty sure is authentic, despite its build quality flaws, the spin track just would not fit into the metal wheel, no matter how hard I pushed in. So yeah, that's lame. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a Midfake Thermal Lacerda. As you can see, again, the spin track, the 130, I think it's called Wing Attack 130, it had a hard time fitting in. And yeah, it just got stuck once you put it in. But with the real Fusion wheels, let me see, right here, this is a real, this is a Hasbro thermal wheel. And the spin tracks, whether they're Midfake or not, will easily just slide right in. So I guess it's more of a Midfake wheel problem than a spin track problem. So yeah, it just slides right in. And this is a Midfake Libra. Now once again, let's see here. Once again, the spin tracks will easily fit into real metal wheels, while they'll have a hard time fitting into the Midfakes. Yeah, you just got to use force to get it in there. Now this is a Midfake Dark Wolf. One thing that's different from real Dark Wolves is that the flat spike performance tip, it's supposed to have a half of a ball on the tip. It's basically just a flat tip with a tiny ball on top. But with the Midflakes, the ball is just really, I guess, depressed. It's not even really a ball. It's just like a hill or a bump. So, yeah. And once again, the spin tracks easily fall into real metal wheels, while they have a hard time getting into the Midfake wheels. And this is, I think this is the last example. This is a spiral Capricorn Midfake. As you can see, there's craters. They're not as bad as most Midfakes, but I say they're still pretty deep, a little deep. And a difference between the Midfakes and the real ones is that there's supposed to be these bumps on the real spiral wheels. And down here, this is the real spiral wheel. This is a Hasbro version. And yeah, it's supposed to be a bump on top of another bump. But on the Midfake, it's just one bump. And it looks different than the first bump here. And oh yeah, no, there's another difference that I guess I didn't take a picture of, but the metal flat performance tip, it's a signature tip for, actually no, it's not a signature tip. A few base have it, but for the spiral Capricorn Midfake, it's metal flat tip. It's like rounded, and it's shorter than an authentic metal flat. And yeah, I think that's all the differences of Midfake spiral Capricorn. Just the metal wheel bumps, and the metal flat is rounded and shorter. I know, yeah, that's like all I have for Midfake content. These are just the only Midfakes I've ever bought. And yeah, this is the end of the video. Have a good day.